Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Troilus and Cressida, and we get to hear from good old Nestor today in Act 1, Scene 3. We've heard from Nestor before. He's one of the Greeks, and he's an old man. The first speech that he had in this scene was written out very interestingly in such a way that it makes you think he either takes very large pauses or has to search for words or draws words out or something like that. He has a very interesting speech pattern in his first monologue. But at this point in the story, we've mostly been listening to Ulysses. We started out Act 1, Scene 3 with Agamemnon saying that it's not shameful that the Greeks haven't destroyed Troy yet in the last 7 years. And Ulysses is like, actually, it's not that Troy is super strong, it's that we're super weak. And everybody in the Greek army hates their superiors, and it goes all the way up the ladder. And nobody's paying attention or knows what to do or is following any sorts of orders, in large part because Achilles, who is this very highly respected general, the guy with the heel, Achilles, and Patroclus just sit around and mock everybody else. They do over-exaggerated impersonations of the other Greeks. Patroclus will do them for Achilles' sake, and Achilles just laughs at them and laughs at them so much that anybody that they're imitating has lost any sort of authority. Nobody wants to be the one that took orders from the guy that Patroclus was making fun of last night with his, crazy comedy schemes, sort of a bit. And Nestor tacks on to the end of that speech and says, and in the imitation of these twain, who, as Ulysses says, opinion crowns with an imperial voice, many are infect. Ajax is grown self-willed, and bears his head in such a rein, in full as proud a place as broad Achilles, and keeps his tent like him, makes factious feasts, rails on our state of war, bold as an oracle, and sets Thersites, a slave whose gall coin slanders like a mint, to match us in comparisons with dirt, to weaken and discredit our exposure, how rank soever rounded in with danger. So he's mostly building on what Ulysses had been saying yesterday, that Achilles likes to laugh at these crazy imitations. But then there's this other guy, Ajax, another guy of pretty good rank within the Greek army, or this Greek army. But this guy Ajax has also got this puffed up sense of self-worth that he thinks he's as good as Achilles, and he keeps, he makes his tent the same way and has the same stupid bits of entertainment, and he walks around spouting things as if he knew the future, all of that sort of stuff, to such a point that those who are actually in charge of the Greek army, like for example Agamemnon, don't have any sway with the common soldier anymore. Like, nobody's listening to them or taking them seriously. And Ulysses, of course, is going to have a response. It's more of a response as if he wasn't even listening to the fact that Nestor was talking just now, but it's a long one, so we'll get to hear that response in tomorrow's monologue. I'll see you then. Mwah.